welcome to my channel. My name is Nico, and in today's video I'm doing a holiday glam look. I already did my eyebrows and used the Anastasia Beverly Hill Dip Brow in the color Ebony, and now I'm going in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation in the color Nutmeg, and I'm applying this foundation with the Real Techniques body sponge, and I'm just using patting motions to put the foundation onto my face. I really like this sponge because it's a lot bigger than a regular face sponge, and it gets your foundation on in like seconds. Okay, so now I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch. I really like this concealer. It's very full coverage, and it's thick but it's creamy, so it's not so thick to the point where it's hard to blend. But yeah, I really enjoy this concealer, and right now I'm applying it underneath my eyes in a triangle shape. Pretty much going all the way down my nose and then up to my cheekbones. And then I'm also applying the concealer onto my eyelid, and I am using the I don't even know how to say that word or spell it, but the applicator that it comes with, I'm applying it, and then I'm putting it on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, Cupid's bow, and my chin. And now I'm going back in with that Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm taking the pointy end and I'm just blending out everywhere that I applied the concealer. And by the way, yes, you'll want to make sure that your sponge is wet, okay? Make sure you wet it, put it under the sink, get it fully wet. Obviously you'll want to like squeeze it out, because using any type of beauty sponge, it's like, you know, like using any other regular sponge. You know, when you're washing dishes, you're not gonna use a dry sponge. You're gonna soak it and, you know, squeeze out the excess and wash your dishes. So yeah, I just wanted to note that because not a lot of people know that it's supposed to be used wet. But yeah. Also, I didn't really mention too much about the foundation. The foundation, it's a matte foundation, and I like combining these because it's like I get a matte finish, but my concealer is creamy and it kind of mixes well. But now I'm going in with the Maybelline setting powder in the color Medium Deep, and what I do is I apply the pointy end of the sponge into the sifter to get the product, and then I pat it onto my face in the areas that I highlighted prior. And now I'm going in with a big blending brush. It's a City Color brush, and I'm just wiping off the excess powder in the areas that I highlighted my face. Alright, now I'm going in with the Morphe Bronzer in the shade Showmace. It's a duo. There's a highlight and a bronzer shade. So what I like to do is I just use the bronzing shade, and I'm taking this angled fluffy brush, it's a face brush, and I'm applying it to my cheekbones, the area right around my forehead, and then I take a fluffy blending brush and then apply it to the sides of my nose just to add that color back to my face. So now I'm taking the Morphe Highlighter 8S palette, and I'm taking the shade Mirage, and I'm using this fan brush. It's from Walmart. It's a painting brush actually, and you'll be using that for my Cupid's bow. Then I go in with the Morphe M501 highlighting brush, and I'm applying highlighter with that brush onto the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and then I apply it to like the right underneath my face. I don't really focus it too much on my cheekbone necessarily because there's just not much going on there, so I kind of focus it mainly onto my cheek area, so when I smile you can see the highlight. But now I'm going in with this Revolution blush in the color New Rolls, and this is also a City Color brush, and I'm just applying it to the same area where I applied the bronzing shade. Okay, now for eyeshadow, I'm going in with the Morphe 35V palette, I'm taking the shade Vixen, which is a light brown color, and I'm just applying that all into my crease area as my transition shade. And then I go in with the shade In the Zone, which is like a burgundy, it's like a reddish brown shade, and I'm applying that basically in the same area where I applied Vixen. I'm just using a different eyeshadow brush. And now I'm going in with Little Black Book, which is a black matte eyeshadow, and I'm focusing this more on the outer corner of my eye, not trying to get it too much into the crease, just adding definition. Now I'm going back in with the Morphe E23 brush, and I'm blending all of the shadows together so that way there's no harsh lines and the colors just blend together well. Alright, so now I'm taking the shade Knockout and I'm applying the shade with my finger, just because I think it applies a lot better and you can see the pigment more. And I'm just patting it onto my eyelid, not necessarily sweeping, but patting. And now I'm taking all of the shades that I put in my crease, which were Vixen, In the Zone, and Little Black Book, and I'm blending all those shades with a pencil brush on my lower lash line. And then I applied a Marc Jacobs black eyeliner to my waterline. And now, as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm adding more powder just to brighten up the underneath area of my eye. And I did apply lashes. They're the Eyelure Faux Mink lashes in the style Baroque. And I got these from Ulta for $10.99. And now I am applying the shade Knockout that I used on my lid to the inner corner of my eyes. Alright, so now I'm dusting off that excess powder that I applied to my face with that big blending brush, face brush. And then I'm going back in and putting more highlight onto my cheek because most of it disappeared with the powder that I just swept off. And for the final step, I'm going in with the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Chocolate Apple. This is my top favorite shade, my go-to shade. But after this, I'm going to go in with some MAC Prep and Prime Spray in Coconut and fan that off my face. And this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below.